Hello, Signet Designers. This is Ed Nicholson from Carey Color. We're going to go through a little tutorial on the ES user interface that we have for you guys. To begin with, on any given project, you might be given an email from Media Services like this one, and in it will be a link and some instructions that are kind of like this. This project is ready for revisions. You can click on the link and log in. Be sure to check off the corrections as you do them. When you've completed the revisions, process a new PDF and upload it to the folder within the project named Designer PDF. So let's walk through what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. And we're going to use Drew as our guinea pig here today. All right, so this will get me into the project viewer, if you will. We've got basically 4 different panels here. Over here on the left, we have just a typical folder hierarchy of the different live jobs. In the top center, we have what's called the flat plan, or if you want to think of it as an imposition, that's fine. Really, it's just an area where we have all of the files that are going to eventually go to the printer, plus the overview. Some of the VPs want to see the overview inside of here, so obviously this isn't going to go to print, but it's just along for the ride. Then in the center lower half, we have a few different folders. We've got a Designer PDFs folder, files for the separator. That's where the InDesign files are going to go. Dion and Becky will put those in there. A turn-in, if there is one, will be in there. And then we have the files themselves. So we don't want to be confused here. You've got the overview and the 3 pieces of signage that are in this project. These are the same files that are up here. So here's a plexi card, and then up here we have the plexi card as well. It's the same exact file. It's just that the flat plan is populated by documents that are down here out in the open in the lower half. Make sense? Okay, so then we also have this panel over here on the right, which gives us document information or project information. Right now it's on project info. This would be a tab that people in media services might find useful more so than you, where they can look and see where a job is in its life. Okay, so we can see here, I'm going to expand this panel, that the project was started, it went to the pre-review, the merchant layout, and so on and so on. Through Barb Ginley and Steph had a look at it, and then it's going to come to the merch layout, which is the stage we're at right now, the revisions to that layout. And once we've made those revisions, which I'm going to kind of pretend and go through that step, then it will be reviewed again, and it'll go to the second approval. So you can scroll down through here and see that this particular project has a long way to go. The other tab here is document info, and this is for any one of the individual documents. You can select them again by either clicking here or clicking up here in the flat plan. And we can see that the project was started and who approved it. I did, and I drove it to the next step. Then John Filing took over and he approved it, and it went to the next step, and so on and so on and so on. So we can see where any document is at currently, and we can also see where the entire project is at. All right, so let's go back to this email and look at what we need to do. We're going to open up the different documents inside the project, see what needs to be done, do those corrections, output a new PDF out of InDesign, and then upload that. All right, so let's go through it. We'll take this plexi card. Double-clicking opens up the viewer mode, and we can see that some pins have been dropped here, and we've been asked to do various things. So we can move you can't move the pin that someone has made, but you can move the annotation that's connected to the pin. So I'm just going to move these around and see what we're dealing with. All right, it looks like everybody and their brother mentioned that earring is spelled wrong, so we're going to change that to earrings. Also, fashions, Barb Ginley has initialed this. They want to add an S to fashion, and a couple of other things down here in the disclaimer need to be changed. So you notice in John's email from Media Services, he said that as we did things, we should check off that we have done them. Those are these little boxes right here. Okay, so the software is going to remember that Drew logged in, that Drew opened this page, and that Drew clicked that he had completed these things. Okay, so that's all going to be tracked in the software. So what you would do is you would go to your desktop and find, or server, wherever it is that you've got the original InDesign files that have made this job, and we're going to find those and open them up. So I've kind of simulated that here, and we're going to assume that this is the actual document. I'm not going to make the correction on the document. I made a little overlay here to say earrings. All right, we've changed it. Everybody back off. So once you have the change done, we're going to pretend that we had all the other stuff done here. Go ahead and export a PDF. And the settings that we're using, you can get this information from Brenda. Also, I'll be doing another video with some little tips and tricks. But basically, we want to output the PDF at 150 dpi. We've come up with it. That's a good intermediate range for you to use in design until the job actually comes over to Carey Color, at which point we output them with maximum resolution. But just for the sake of having things upload a little bit more quickly, 150 is good. And I already have that set up in here. All right, so I've output the document. I'm going to go ahead and minimize InDesign here. And in order to get back to the view we were at a second ago, you don't want to use the back key up here. For whatever reason, this software is a little buggy and it doesn't like that using the back key. There's a tiny little X up here in the upper right that's blue, and that's how you close this window and go back to the view that we were at a minute ago where we had the 4 different panels. Or you could hit the escape key on your keyboard. Alright, so that brings us back here. Oh, I forgot something important. I forgot to check off the correction. Go ahead and do that. So everywhere that people have mentioned that earring was spelled wrong, I'm going to go ahead and check those off because that is done. Alright, now let's X this out. Okay, so how do we go about uploading that PDF? This folder right here, Designer PDFs, I'm going to double click that. And up here we have Designer PDFs, Settings, and Documents. It should open to this view right here, but if it doesn't, just click Documents up here. And now I'm going to click the Upload folder. And you can either drag and drop into this folder or navigate to where the file is. And I threw it out here on the desktop. Okay, that's it right there. And then you would upload it. You can close this window. And you'll see that right here, this jumped to 3 of 3, and it's processing a preview right now. All right, and there we see it. If I double click on this, you can see that it has been updated with earrings. Okay, at that point, you would be done. The flat plan, and if I want to get back to that, I'm going to go up a level. I can either click this back circle to go up a level, and click off of that here. Whoa. Or I can go right to the job folder name over here on the left and click that, and that'll bring me back to the original view where I'm seeing the flat plan up here and these folders. Let me go through that once again. If I was in this folder and I wanted to go back, you can either go up by clicking this back arrow, or one last time, you can just navigate up here with your mouse and click on the topmost folder, which will show you everything that's in here. Alright, so I've got my flat plan up at the top, my folders and my files, and over here is the project view and or document info. So like I said, at this point you would be done. We receive a notification at Carey Color that those files have been uploaded into this folder, And at that point, we would repopulate the flat plan with the new document. You would see earrings written across it if I did that. And it would be, the project would be driven forward to the next step once everything in here has been fixed and uploaded. Um, we don't move one document forward back up to media services to review, or to Barb Ginley to review, or what have you. Um, it's sort of an all or nothing thing, because that's how Signet works. We wait until everything in here has been revised and the new PDFs have been put into the designer PDFs folder, and then we repopulate the flat plan with the new revisions and move it forward to the next step, which again in this case would be the second approval. That's pretty much it. In the next video, I'm going to cover some tips and tricks, and also troubleshooting, how to get into and out of trouble within the software, and I'll see you then. Thanks.